Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. Welcome back to another week of business work for year 9. Last week, you guys did such a great job. Your CVs were amazing. I genuinely would have employed all of you if I could. If I had all the money to have you as, drivers, chefs, room cleaners, you'd all got the jobs. But that's great. We're moving on to something else this week, and I need you to do a bit of research for me. And we're going to look at how to get hold of money. So the first task I want us to think about today is if I wanted to buy an iPhone 11 today, how could I get hold of £729 by 4 p.m. today, both legally and ethically? So an example might be I might already have the money. I could take it out of my savings. That's one way. What I want you to do here is have a think. There's honestly loads of answers to this. Is there anything that you could do by 4 p.m. today to get hold of £729? That's your first task. Because when we start businesses, we need to come and get money. Let's call it sources of finance. We need to be able to find a way of getting hold of money. So honestly, if you can do this task, put a bit of thought into it and come up with 5, then you're well on your way to starting your first business. So by 4 p.m. today, how can I get hold of £729 to buy an iPhone 11? Any answer is a good answer here, as long as it's legal and ethical. Very important, and I'll be the judge of ethical. The courts will be the judge of legal. So that's your first task today, is to come up with as much. Now, I bet one of them that you come up with as a hint here is going to be credit cards. Now, we're going to have a look today, or this week, at credit cards. Now, a credit card is, it's a little bit of plastic that people have in their wallet, but it's really weird. You organise with the bank, they say you can borrow a couple of £1,000, but we're not going to give you the money, we're going to give you this card. And when you spend this money, you will owe us this money. So it's not like actually giving you money, but they're giving you a little bit of leeway that says if you need to, you can use this card up to this amount of money to spend on it. But then they will charge you interest for that. They charge you for borrowing money. Now, what I want to do is have a little bit of a look at this before, your task is to find 4 different credit cards and compare their annual percentage rate, their APR. But that's a bit complicated. Let's have a look here. So sometimes I like to go to New Look and buy myself new coats and jackets and such, and they're really fashionable. And I saw here when I was on their website, it said, buy now, pay later. Sounds great. I don't mind taking my new snazzy jacket, but paying later. And if we scroll down the website, lots of things here. £200 instant credit. So they're telling me, we'll give you £200 straight away. They're not giving me £200, they're letting me spend it in their store, and then they're going to charge me money on top of that. Nothing to pay for 3 months, nothing to pay today, pay when you... This all sounds wonderful. And then we get down here. This is the bit I want to focus on today. 28.9% APR, the annual percentage rate. What that means is, if I pay £100 for a coat, in a year, I will pay back £128.90. So they're going to charge me 28.9% each year for having borrowed that money. Does that make sense? I hope so. So it means if I borrowed it just scales up as we go. But this is quite a high percentage rate, really. I did another search and I found a Halifax one. And there's a Halifax one, got a little Picasso here, drawing pictures as I film. I found one here on halifax.co.uk that was 19.9% APR. So now we're looking at, I could go to New Look and I have to pay 28.9% a year, or I go over here, it's 19% a year. So if I borrowed £100 in a year's time, I'd have to pay back £119.90, which is a little bit better than £128.90. So this little percentage thing that they're all throwing at the bottom of their websites is really important. So what I want you to do is find 4 different credit cards and try to find what this number is, this APR. And that way you'll be able to judge which one's better or not. Once you've got your 4 APRs and you've got your list, you can write them down and compare them. And I want you to tell me which is the best one. Which of those cards is the one that you think that you should get if you did want to get your credit card to buy your iPhone 11? And task 3 here is, I'm not explained it very well because I kind of want you to do it, and that's why I stumbled a bit earlier. I want you to tell me what is meant by the word interest rate or the phrase interest rate. What is an interest rate? You can do a bit of Googling, you can ask people at home, what is an interest rate? And if you're really into this and you want an extension, I want you to find out who sets the interest rates. Because there is a base level that everyone else has to work towards. And I want you to see if you can find out anything about that. So there's your 3 tasks today. Task 1, list as many ways as you can to get hold of £729 by 4 p.m. today. Task number 2 is research 4 different credit cards and compare their annual percentage rate, their APR. And task number 3 is what is an interest rate? Extension task, who sets the interest rate? I'm on email if you've got any questions. I'm a big fan of your work. I'm looking forward to seeing what you come up with. Well done, everybody.